5 of 20 straight for the Rockies. Zoom on in to 20th and Blake. Coors Field filling up as the Rockies are ready to take on the Milwaukee Brewers after a successful return to Coors Field last night. The Rockies prevailed over the Brew Crew by the count of 9-6. And good evening, everybody. Glad you're along, as always, with Jeff Houston. I'm Drew Goodman. The Rockies pounded out a lot of hits last night, a lot of doubles, 9 runs, got off to an 8-0 start, cruised to a victory. What has been lost a little bit in this 4-3 run for the Rockies is the fact that their starting pitching, much maligned throughout the year, actually faring pretty well.
Yeah, it is. Think about some of the losses they've had where they fell behind early, but the last 7 games, as you mentioned, they haven't done that. They put up zeros early in the game to allow their offense to go out there and do the things that they need to do, and you're getting it from some of the young guys, the Drew Pomerances, the Tyler Chatwoods, the Alex Whites, and throw in Jeff Francis, but it all starts up on the hill. No matter what level you play this game, the guys that start the game are the ones that have to set the tone. And the starting pitchers have done that. 263 batting average against the ERA. That number just really jumps out at 386. That's almost 2.5 to 3 runs less on average than what they've been averaging prior to these 7 games. They go 4-3, and you think about even one of the losses, they were leading that game, and it was the bullpen late in San Francisco that gave up the lead.
Yeah, good point. Jeff Francis very, very good last night. Tyler Chatwood, 5 shutout innings the last time we saw him. We will see him this evening. One of the guys that put on his hitting helmet last night, DJ LeMahieu. More on him when we return to Coors Field. A few minutes in front of first pitch this evening. Looks like the honor guard. Tyler Chatwood, Willian Rosario, fist bumps. And now they'll make the walk in. It'll be that battery tonight as the Rockies look to take 2 straight from the Brewers. They're 3-1 so far against Milwaukee. And as we mentioned, Tyler Chatwood, very good in his last start against San Francisco. He seems to have a little better command than when we saw him prior to his return to Tulsa.
Yeah, and you look at Tyler Chatwood, and the thing for him is he's got to be able to go out there and command the fastball, both sides of the plate, to get to the breaking pitches, the change-ups. I mean, that's all good for him to go out there, and he likes to be a starter, and that's what he wants to do, and now it's up to him to take that next step.
You know, it's interesting. He's still just 22, and I think that's lost upon a lot of people because a year ago he got a number of starts with the Angels as a 21-year-old. He's got nasty stuff. Hopefully it is on display this evening. It's the Rockies and the Brewers. Come on back to Coors Field with us. Colorado Rockies baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by your neighborhood Toyota stores. Toyota moving forward. By CenturyLink, fast speed and low monthly price. Visit CenturyLink.com. And by Southwest Airlines, find our fares online only at Southwest.com. There's Tyler Chatwood getting ready to take the hill. Good athlete. Tremendous shortstop growing up. And Nori Aoki will lead things off for the Brewers. 0 for 5 last night. Let's take a look at the rest of Ron Renicke's lineup presented by Southwest Airlines as always. Ricky Weeks, who hit a 3-run home run in the 9th yesterday, will bat in the 2 spot. Then the reigning MVP in the National League, Ryan Braun, he had a base hit yesterday. Aramis Ramirez, a couple of knocks. Corey Hart, Martin Maldonado, Carlos Gomez, and I'm looking forward to seeing Gene Segura. He's the young shortstop, part of the Zach Greinke deal. He comes over from the Angels. And the veteran lefty, Randy Wolf.
I get a look at Tyler Chatwood, 3rd start of the season. As a starter, he's 1-1 with a 1.08 ERA. As a reliever, 1-1, 7.62. The starting is fitting him perfectly. And we'll look at what he throws. Fastball, it's both a 2-seam and a 4-seam. The curveball over the top, 12-6 slider, and an occasional changeup. And the changeup he will throw mainly to left-handers to get them off the fastball.
Perfect night for baseball, as it generally is at 20th and Blake. Nice crowd starting to filter in. The Brewers have been in a bad way on the road. They have lost 12 of their last 13 in the first pitch of the ball game. In there for strike one.
Well, last year they were just 3 games under 500 out on the road. They were 39 and 42.
And they were tremendous at home, on their way to 96 victories overall. Captured the Central Division title for the first time in their history. And went on to the NLCS, where they lost to their divisional rival, the St. Louis Cardinals, in 6 ball games. Here's the 0-2, and look out.
Heads up. My. Barely sit down, have time to take a bite of your hot dog. There's a ball flying up in there.
Here's the former Angel, Tyler Chatwood. And again, Aoki a little tardy on the 95-mile-an-hour heater, and that's kind of the book on him.
The scouting report is he'll hit the soft stuff, the sliders, the curveballs, but anything above 92 has trouble catching up to.
Curveball, and a good job by Rosario trying to legitimately frame not give the 2 foot 9-year-old swipe back into the strike zone.
Umpires hate that one.
And a base hit to right. Got the barrel out there on a fastball in. Eric Young will return it to the infield. So Aoki with a lead single in front of Ricky Weeks. We check the gloves behind Chatwood this evening. It'll be Gonzalez in left, Fowler in center, and EY is in right field. Chris Nelson gets another start at third. Josh Rutledge back in there. He had yesterday off. DJ LeMahieu is at second. Pacheco at first. And the aforementioned Willeen Rosario is behind the plate.
Keep an eye on Aoki. He has 16 stolen bases, only been caught 4 times.
That's in ball one. Home plate umpires the veteran Wally Bell. Corey Blazer's at first, Mike DeMuro's at second, and C.B. Buckner's at third. Ricky kind of toggles that bat in his hands. I always refer to him as an NFL strong safety. He is strong. I mean, you can't tell because guys wear baggy uniforms now. He's 230.
Yeah, but if you stand next to him like we do down by the batting cage, you realize how big he is.
And that's in on Weeks, 2-0. Ricky 2 for 4. 3 ribbies yesterday. The 3-run home run we mentioned in the 9th inning against Will Harris, making his major league debut. Rockies were up 9-3 going to that 9th inning.
The Brewers are second in the National League in stolen bases. The Miami Marlins lead the National League. Brewers with their 92 as a team.
You know, they lost Prince Fielder to Detroit to free agency. One of the guys they brought in was Aramis Ramirez. And Ramirez has put up very similar numbers this year to, here goes the runner, to what we saw. There's a great throw out at second base. Aoki, perfect throw by Rosario.
And just watch the transfer and the throw from Rosario. This is what made it up. The jump was a good jump from Aoki, but the throw was up. I mean, you're throwing out a fast guy by a half step. Watch the transfer to the hand and let it fly.
Perfect pitch with which to throw on it. Jeff, you know, because you were a base stealer, that's like being out, as the great Vince Scully would say, from you to me. I mean, that's a great distance.
Long ways. And even slowing it down with the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo, you still saw how long DJ had to wait for Nori to slide in.
3-2 on Ricky Weeks. Boy, that helps a bunch. And strike three on the outside corner. He painted it at 94. It's amazing. You get a leadoff guy on, and then you are able to wipe him out by catching him on base. All of a sudden, it changes the whole dynamic for a young pitcher.
You know what? I'm going back to the game in San Francisco on Friday night. Tyler Chatwood was on the hill. What did he do? He walked Angel Pagan first pitch. Willeen Rosario threw him out on a 3-1 count. He struck out the next guy, or got Scudero to ground out. That inning was a clean inning.
Yep. Ryan Braun, bouncer right at DJ LeMahieu, and it turns into, as you said, a very quick inning. So Rosario, who has been throwing guys out with regularity of late, helps out. Up, guess who's up top again? Eric Young Jr. He's got the average up to 309. Every night he's thrown out 2 and 3 hits. Got a couple of home runs, 11 RBIs. He'll be followed in the lineup by Josh Rutledge. Rutledge at 327. Dexter Fowler again will bat third. Then Cargo, Willeen Rosario, Jordan Pacheco, Chris Nelson with a big average against lefties. The 4-for-4 man, DJ LeMahieu from last night. And then Chatwood. On the hill for the Milwaukee Brewers, a guy who's had a couple of tours in the league, Randy Wolf, 35 years young, making his 23rd start of the year.
Yeah, out of Pepperdine University, career against the Rockies, 7-3, 17 starts here at Coors Field, 2-2 at the 404, and the stuff that you're going to see from Randy Wolf, 62% of the time it's a fastball. It'll sit at 89 miles an hour, curveball, changeup, and slider. He's a typical old school pitcher where you're not sure what you're going to get, but you know Wolf's in trouble when he's not getting a cut fastball in and breaking bats to right-handed hitters, because if he's not, they're leaning over and they'll start driving the balls to the gaps.
Here's the 0-1. And that's pulled down the line, fair ball. Here goes EY again. Braun's got a long run to go get it. And EY will stop at second, as he did yesterday. A leadoff first inning double. Don't touch him, man. You'll burn your hands. He is some kind of hot.
Whatever he's doing the last 9-10 starts, keep doing it. Because he's as hot as you're going to get. 8 multi-hit games coming into tonight. In this one, he sits back on the breaking pitch, hits it past Ramirez at third. Ramirez is honoring the bunt. He can't even move. He just leans over and watches Braun have to run it down.
Here's Rutledge. I like the idea. He almost ran into that one, though.
And he's trying to bunt it to first. He's going to push it past the pitcher. And that was close to taking his knuckles off. Still the same approach.
1 ball, 1 strike. Talking to Carney about Josh Rutledge a couple days ago in San Francisco, and he said one of the things I'd like to see him do over time. I mean, he still hadn't been here a month. He's done unbelievably well. Is with his speed, incorporate the bunt as part of his arsenal.
And it's big because you get the infielders playing in, and when you're looking to move a guy over, you can slash it past them. But he's still, in my estimate, just getting his feet wet. So he's thinking about, how do I attack this hitter? And then the more experience, the more games at bats, then the bunt becomes another weapon.
1-2 on Rutledge. And he gets drilled. That ball was in, and then it cut even further in and ate up Rutledge. So 2 on, nobody out, and here comes Dexter Fowler. Defensively, Milwaukee will align in the following manner. Ryan Braun, he made only 1 error all of last year. Carlos Gomez in center, and Nori Aoki is in right field. Aramis Ramirez steady at third. Gene Segura's at shortstop. Ricky Weeks at second. Corey Hart converted back to the infield from right field, and Martin Maldonado's behind the plate.
Now, does Dexter think about laying down a bunt?
You know, yesterday he showed that in a similar situation, and it's unusual to think of a 3-hole hitter to do that, but you know, Dexter's being asked to hit in the 3-hole. He's more of a 1-2 type hitter.
Right, so don't get away from what made you the player you are.
And there it is. Randy Wolf bobbles, and he does get it to Hart in time. It'll be a sacrifice for Dexter Fowler. And here comes Carlos Gonzalez.
Unselfish play from Dexter. You get both guys over in the scoring position for Carlos Gonzalez. You get a sacrifice, almost a base hit out of it. But this is the little things that the Rockies did last night that made them successful. They did move guys over, get them in, less than 2 outs. And Carlos has a chance to drive in a run, just like yesterday.
This is how it started yesterday. The only difference is Dexter doubled yesterday. He was second and third, and Cargo pulled the baseball, and RBI ground out. Very good situational hitting last night by the Rockies. Way outside on Gonzalez, ball 1. Cargo has faced Randy Wolf 9 times in his career. He's 3 for 9. Got a double. He's driven in 3. Hitting just a tad under 300 left on left. Snapped an 0 for 17 slide with a single last night off the right center field wall. He hit it so hard, thought he was going to knock the fence over. He hit it so hard, it was just a single.
I had to check the padding out there to see if they need to replace the padding on that wall. That's how it was. It was good to see Carlos take the aggressive swing and be rewarded for it.
Bottom of 1, 1 out, 2 in scoring position. Rockies a great opportunity to get a quick jump again on Milwaukee. Maldonado blocks that pitch. It's 2-1. I've always looked, Huey, at Randy Wolf as a Ted Lilly type. I think Ted's breaking ball's a little better than Randy Wolf's, but similar, and they both have had a lot of success against the Rockies.
Yeah, and you think about Ted Lilly and Randy Wolf, and even pitchers in pitching in pitchers' ballparks, they've gotten away with pitches because they have 4 of them. It's not a 1-pitch or 2-pitch arsenal. It goes back to what I said a moment ago. You're not sure what you're going to get from Randy Wolf. I mean, there it is, a 69-mile-an-hour curveball.
And you can see the body weight shift for Cargo.
I will say, I think Wolf throws just 2 or 3 miles an hour harder than Ted Lilly, but that's it. Same deception, same I'm trying to hide the ball so you can't pick it up motion.
Here's the 2-2. Good job by Cargo. There was that fastball, probably a little more giddy up that you referred to. It came in at 90.
And Wolf will also drop down on left-handers. He'll come down sidearm. Now at 35 years of age, 36 as you mentioned, he's inventing pitches as he goes along.
The good ones do. All about getting outs. Three and two. Willeen Rosario is on deck. Runner at third base, Eric Young Jr. He led off with a double. Josh Rutledge was hit by a pitch. They were moved along on the base paths by Dexter Fowler's bunt. And a line drive, base hit to right. Rutledge will get a green light. Aoki bobbles, two-run single for Carlos Gonzalez. Good at bat for Cargo, and that had to feel especially good as he has scuffled over the last week. And he went deep in the count with Randy Wolf, and he delivers a clutch two-run single.
A hanging breaking pitch, 69 miles an hour from Randy Wolf. Even though the hands or the body goes out, the hands stay back. Gets off of that back leg as the momentum's going forward, but he saw this ball out of the hand from Randy Wolf. Driving in 2 runs.
78 RBIs now for Gonzalez. And Cargo visiting with Corey Hart at first. He stole a base last night. He's got 16 bags. He's been caught only 3 times. One ball, 1 strike on Willeen Rosario. So the Rockies put up a 3 spot in the first yesterday, another in the second, 4 more in the third, and they've got 2 already here in the opening frame. 1 and 2.
Just watching Corey Hart at first base. He's been playing up. I mean, up into this area right there. Now he's holding Carlos on, and I think back to Albert Pujols. Pujols also liked to play up in front, and then he would come back as the throw was going towards the bag.
This ball lined to the gap in right center field. Cargo will have a chance to score. He picks up Richie Dower. He points him to the plate. Cargo will score easily. 3-0 Colorado on the double by Rosario. Boy, does this look familiar.
Well, it worked last night for 3 runs in the first inning. So far, 3 runs tonight. 14th double on the season for Willeen Rosario. And they keep throwing him fastballs, and he keeps hitting them hard. That was a fastball center cut over the middle part of the plate. Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo give you the illustration of the swing from Rosario. Carlos Gonzalez knows it's in a gap. He's running hard. He can shut it down halfway there and still score easily.
And now you got a couple of guys back to back who've torn the cover off left-handed pitching. Pacheco at the plate's hitting .370. Chris Nelson behind him's hitting .345, and that's down the right field line. That'll score another. 4-0 Rockies. Jordan Pacheco with his 28th RBI. And the average against lefties continues to rise, and Rick Kranitz on the jog to the mound.
Well, he's on a jog because he needs to give his pitchers and his fielders a break, because they've been running around this field since the second pitch of the ball game when Eric Young led off with a double. Now Jordan Pacheco slices it in between the line and the first baseman Corey Hart to drive in the 4th run this inning.
Rookie average, Jordan Pacheco, 19 points in front of the right fielder for the Brewers, Nori Aoki.
Starting to tally more RBIs in that .307 average.
He draws a throw. Pacheco on occasion will run. Mentioned Nelson hitting .345 against lefties. He's hitting .353 since his return from the disabled list. for jumping up, appreciating the work of Jordan Pacheco. That's inside 1-1. Randy Wolf, you saw some of the highlights of his work against the Reds, coming off a no decision, but he pitched well against Cincinnati. 6 innings, couple runs.
But for the season, out on the road, 1-3 with a 6.57 ERA.
It's interesting because Miller Park's a very good offensive park. He's pitched much better at home. Who wants tacos? Remember, when the Rockies score 7 or more, and they're well on their way, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day between 4 and 6 and get your Rockies taco special. I hope you went there this afternoon, as the Rockies put 9 up yesterday. Outside, 2-1.
The 4 runs that the Rockies have put on this inning, they've scored 95 first inning runs. It's the most productive inning for them all year.
It's been a great inning for them, the best in baseball. The problem is the Rockies have given up 89 runs in the first inning.
But it makes it so much easier to do things when you have the 4-run lead. Obviously, you can take the extra base. You feel like I can go first to third. If I get thrown out, it's okay.
It allows the manager to do some more things.
You can hit
offensively, run and hit and run, straight steal. It beats the heck out of being on the other end of it.
Sure.
This is up the middle. Good pickup, and Weeks will complete the double play. Very productive first inning again for the Rockies. They score 4 on 4 hits against Randy Wolf.
Up on Milwaukee 4-0 as we head to the top of the second. Well, fans, do you like being interactive? You know we do here at Root Sports. So we have a brand new launch called Game Connect coming your way on Thursday. It's real simple. All you do is log on to rootsports.com/Rocky Mountain. Click on the Game Connect button, and we will connect you to all the interactive features, including Ask the Broadcast. There's also features that include play-by-play, taking you through different stats that you may not hear on air. And we even have a live Twitter feed, so you can connect with other fans that are also tweeting about your favorite Rockies team. Get ready for Thursday. It's all coming up against the Marlins. That's when we launch Game Connect. I'm excited. Drew, Jeff, you guys?
Absolutely. Anytime we're tweeting and all that, I'm in.
I like it. I've got it pulled up on my computer. We're testing it tonight.
2-strike count on Aramis Ramirez. Closing in on 1,200 career RBIs. This is a high fly ball to Fowler in center. And Ramirez is retired. Corey Hart will hit next. Two home runs for Hart. He's been scuffling of late.
Yeah, just one for his last 21. That one was a home run.
And the 1-1 is lifted to left field right at Carlos Gonzalez. 2 outs. Coming up in the 6th inning, join in on the conversation. Text Toyota to 720-720. Share your insights or questions on the game. And if you text right now, you'll be entered to win a 1-year family membership to the Denver Zoo, so you can see the new Toyota Elephant Passage exhibit. Ever told you I rode an elephant once?
No. Where?
Martin Maldonado's up. Many years ago with our executive producer, Ken Miller, in Thailand.
Was it fun?
It was fun. They don't go too fast, fortunately. On the ground to short, Rutledge with all kinds of time, and that is a very fine, very efficient 2nd inning. Nice job, Chatwood. Insurance report card. Since being recalled from Colorado Springs on July the 17th, one DJ LeMahieu's hitting .383, and much of that damage has been done of late. Last night he was Mr. Perfect. He was 4 for 4 at the plate, and that's the DJ LeMahieu that the Rockies scouted when he was with the Chicago Cubs in their organization. He's always been able to hit.
His last 5 starts, 11 for 17. He's had 3 2-hit games, and the 4-hit game you mentioned. The other game he just got 1 hit.
1-1, and LeMahieu hits it hard up the middle. Nice pickup, Ricky Weeks. He will throw out LeMahieu by a step. That'll bring up Tyler Chatwood. The win yesterday snapped a 3-game slide at home for the Rockies. And I think everybody'd like to forget the last homestand when Colorado went 1-8. It's 22-37 at home this year. In your wildest imagination, would you conceive of the Rockies being that far under 500? That's a nice play by Randy Wolf. He took a hit from Chatwood. You can see Chatwood's athletic background, his position player background.
Because he took a swing like he was still the shortstop center fielder out of high school. He was going to go to UCLA, and the Angels changed his thinking when they drafted him as a pitcher. Gave him a nice signing bonus.
2 outs, and here's Eric Young Jr. He doubled and scored an inning ago. One of the things, and you see him fire at that first pitch, that's worked well for EY is he has taken the pinch hitting approach to his starting role, Huey.
More aggressive. Pinch hitters, you don't have time to sit around and look at pitches and see the rotation, everything else. You go up there and you start firing right away. And now Eric has that reputation that he's going to swing early in the count.
Corey Hart grabs it. A 1-2-3 second inning for Randy Wolf. We go to the third. Colorado 4 and the Brewers nothing. All our Baja broadband viewers from Woodland Park, Colorado. We at Root Sports thank you for watching the Rockies. Visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/RootSportsRM so you can tell us your favorite place to root for the Rockies. They have a good amateur baseball tournament up there in Woodland Park every summer. Big Rockies fans just outside of Colorado Springs. First pitch of inning number 3 is ball 1 on Carlos Gomez. And we'd like to welcome to the booth a very special guest. We'll do it right after this pitch. Here's the 1-0. Outside again. 2-0. And with us, sitting up very tall. Where are you? There you are. Is Claudia Cadire. And let's give an update first on your husband. Your husband's, he's in Colorado Springs.
He is.
Playing for a couple of days.
Yep.
Getting ready to come back. Hopefully Thursday or Friday, huh?
Yes, we obviously want to get him back here, but playing in Colorado Springs is a good sign. So he's feeling good and he's ready to be back. Hopefully Thursday.
And this is deep in the hole. High throw, and it bounces into the crowd. So Rutledge knew he had to go quickly with Gomez, and that will be a 2-base throwing error on Josh Rutledge. So he'll be at second base. We continue with Claudia Cadire, but he had the oblique strain. He told us yesterday he's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, he's been feeling pretty good. I think he probably didn't need the whole 2 weeks, unfortunately. They didn't have the luxury of only giving him, 4 or 5 days. So he's feeling really good and really, really anxious. He's done a little bit of pacing. And
what was he like at home when the club was out on the road?
Kind of, of course he enjoyed being home, but at the same time, watching the games with bated breath and, I think really missing being with the team.
Sure.
So
Did you have to do any chores?
Of course.
Okay, I just want to make sure he didn't all of a sudden feign that the side wasn't feeling good.
No, he was pretty good. We have 3 really young children, and when I kicked him in the shin at 5 in the morning to do the feedings, he got up and did them, and he was good about it.
He's well trained then.
Well, I normally let him sleep when he's got to play, so he wasn't playing, so I got a couple extra.
Get your butt up.
Is that bad?
It says DL next to your name. It doesn't say DL at home.
He was good. He was really good. So it was nice. It was nice. Nice break for everybody, not for him, because he obviously wants to be playing. But
since he can't hear this, and I hope he does get to watch it at some point in time. But is he as big a pain in the neck and just a general curmudgeon to be around as he is with us?
Oh that's his temperament. Everyone knows that.
Get tired of Michael Kadyr's the nicest guy in the world, right?
That's
good. That's good. You got to be proud of that.
I can't deny it. He is. He is very nice. There's lots of things I can say about him. I have to pick up his socks and annoying things like that. But he is a very nice guy.
He is.
I can't deny it.
He's a wonderful addition here, and he obviously is a tremendous player. You have brown bags, and Huey immediately opened it because
thought it was lunch.
They're super fancy, aren't they?
Yeah. This one especially. There looks like. Is there an apple in here?
Open it up.
Well, okay. I used to open this up when I was in school, and it was my peanut butter and jelly that was all smashed. Nice play by Chatwood as he gets Gene Segura. I got a baseball, Major League official baseball, and
there should be a piece of paper in there that tells you exactly who you've picked.
I'm trying to figure it out without.
Oh, that's fine.
Let's see.
Whoops.
Oops.
Who do you think that is?
Oh, I know who it is.
Really?
Well, yeah, but did you help get them signed?
Oh.
No, but I did help stuff them last night.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to give you hints. Ready?
Okay.
I don't want to do it.
Actually, a
too
pretty
obvious.
good one. In terms of legibility.
You know what? He played second base as a collegiate.
Now you're going to make me put my glasses on, aren't you?
He was the player of the year in his conference. Not DJ LeMahieu. He played at LSU. This young man played in the Mountain Time Zone.
Oh, Jordan Pacheco.
Jordan Pacheco. Ding, ding, ding. I'm sorry. It came on your third guess, and we can't give you the baseball.
Okay, so then I'm going to go to this bag then to see who we have. Oh, yeah. Check this one out.
Oh, I got to look at the number on this one.
Why are you holding it so far away from your eyes?
Because you took my cheaters. I think this guy's an all-star. Is this guy an all-star, Claudia?
I don't know.
Is he playing left field?
No.
No.
It's not? I thought it was Cargo.
No. It's a pitcher.
Number 53.
Oh, I thought it was a 5.
Well, there is a 5, but there's also a 3.
Here, let me look. Oh, Reggie Jackson, everybody.
Well,
that's pretty neat, though.
Do you see how fun that is?
Whose signature was it?
Christian Friedrich.
Oh, it was Christian's.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need the glasses.
I'm going to go like this for a little bit. These are Huey's, by the way, folks. So, Claudia, we got a ground ball from Randy Wolf to Chris Nelson, 2 outs. Now, you guys have done so many good things, the Wives Organization, raising money for a number of charities. What are you raising money for, and where can people get their mitts on these?
Well, we're calling these our grab bags. We are selling them on Friday and Saturday, this coming up weekend. They cost $40. You don't know who you're going to get. Half of the fun maybe is figuring out who you've gotten once you have purchased one.
Oh, is this one?
That's one, yeah.
And the money goes to Rocky's Charities. So
oh, look at this.
Look.
Did you know this was in
Hold on,
there?
let's show everybody, because there's a great story behind this. You can, it's hard to see here. This is Michael Kadyr's. Okay. I've told if you move it closer, it gets they can see it better.
Oh, really?
You know that? Here, yeah. Okay. And there's a great story that, Claudia, I know you're aware of, and I heard Michael tell this when the Rockies first acquired him. He was sitting at a signing with the late, great Harmon Killebrew, and he was signing his autograph fairly quickly and somewhat illegibly. And Harmon Killebrew grabbed his arm and said, listen, young man, he said, you know, you're a great kid, but you need to sign it so people, when they get home or later on, they know who signed the baseball.
Well, they were sitting at a table, and like Michael was signing, and then people would go through the line.
It's going to be a tough play. Aoki with a bunt base hit to drive in a run. Carlos Gomez scores, and it's 4-1.
And I guess Mr. Killebrew was at the end of the table, and he kept seeing Michael's autograph go through. And he said to him, if I see this come through again, I'm going to get up and walk away, and I'm not going to sign anymore, because these people deserve to know who has autographed their stuff. And so he changed his autograph and made it
That's the
more
best
legible.
one I've ever seen in baseball.
He said even if it takes me, which it does, it takes him a little bit more time, but he's going to try to make sure that every letter is written out.
Yep.
Obviously, you're doing it in script, and there's no question when you get home. And Jeff, I'm sure even having played for so long in the big leagues, you have autographs, memorabilia from teammates or guys that you respected, you played against.
Yes.
And there are some, I have some at home that I've collected for the boys. And there's some, quite honestly, I don't know now who wrote
I have
their
about
name on
4
them.
or 5 balls like that. It's like no idea.
Let's
No idea. So it's nice to be able to
show Michael's again. Which one?
Yeah.
Where was Michael's? This ball well hit right center field. Deck's got a long run, lays out. Did he make the catch? What a grab, Dexter Fowler.
Hope that back's okay.
That is a wonderful catch to rob Ricky Weeks. Yeah, that deserves a standing ovation. Saved a run. Claudia Kadir, thank you very much. Good luck. That's the next couple of days.
This weekend,
This
17th
weekend,
and 18th. Yeah, come and see us. We're right behind home plate.
Run last inning is unearned. What a tremendous catch by Dexter Fowler. We're going to show that again here. Josh Rutledge will lead it off. Dex is on deck, then Carlos Gonzalez in the 3rd inning. I mean, that's fully extended.
Yeah, and the jump that he got wasn't the best jump that we've seen Dexter Fowler have, but the long strides and the dive made up for it. And then you worry about that back that was an issue in San Francisco, whether this jars it and hurts him later on in the 6th and 7th innings.
1-1 on Rutledge. He got it in on his knuckles again, cutting that fastball. It's 1-2. Josh was hit by a pitch his first time up. Got a little bit of soreness in a quadricep, nothing serious. If it was, obviously he wouldn't be out there. Didn't play last night. Johnny Herrera started.
Quick update on Michael Kadire down. He's 2 for 2 with the 2-run jack.
You know what? Something tells me he'll be playing Thursday when the Rockies tee it up against the Miami Marlins of Ozzie Guillen. He is due to come off Thursday. He's going to play 5 to 7 innings tonight in right field. Tomorrow he will play first base. And a strikeout of Rutledge by Randy Wolf. So he's retired 5 in a row since Jordan Pacheco's RBI single in the first.
Speaking of the Miami Marlins, they come to town to take on the Rockies for 4 games. That's August 16th through the 19th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get your tickets at all the usual places, including Coors Field, ColoradoRockies.com, King Supers, the Dugout Store, you name it. But to get your tickets to see Ozzie Guillen, the different look Miami Marlins. Different uniforms, some different players.
They still got the big fella, though.
Yes.
Giancarlo Stanton.
And if he breaks another scoreboard here, that's going to be a bomb. The one he hit down in Miami off of Jamie Moyer.
The one he hit down in Miami. We always show the Toyota Tundra truck up there, high up in left field, right on the line. Pan right if we can. There you go. And that would have sailed over that truck.
And that somebody asked on Toyota Talk last night if that truck had ever been hit. It hasn't, but if Giancarlo hit one like he hit in Miami, it would be.
You know what? On behalf of my partner Jeff Houston, I'd like to extend an invitation to all the good Rockies fans, 3 and 2, to come on out early Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and watch Miami take batting practice. Because Cargo puts on a show in batting practice. Sometimes the Rockies get done a little bit before you can get in the stadium, but the opposition, you can see their BP if you get down early. And this kid is something else.
He's the type of player that other guys come out of the locker room and sit in the dugout while they're taking batting practice to watch him take batting practice. I mean, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco, those are guys that you do the same.
There's a base hit for Dex. As he waited patiently on a changeup from Randy Wolf, a 1-out single for Fowler. Well, here is Jamie Moyer's delivery, and here's the ball going out of the ballpark, and it broke the scoreboard. They measured it at, what was it, 468 feet?
Well, they only measured it that far because the scoreboard stopped it from going any further.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
See, just 485, he could do it.
Yeah, he is some kind of strong. So is this guy at the plate, Carlos Gonzalez, a 2-run single on a 3-2 pitch his first time up. Dexter will draw another throw. Cargo with the highest home batting average in the game. Throws one more over there. It's like an intentional walk.
Well, he doesn't want to throw to Cargo.
I understand. Oh, and 1 on Gonzalez.
There wasn't much pause in that delivery from Randy Wolf. He came down and went right back up.
Which is a borderline balk. One ball, one strike. Wolves pitched pretty well, as you see the home batting average 381. McCutcheon's hit well at PNC Park. Joey Votto in his home park. Buster Posey at AT&T, tough place to hit. Good discipline, 2-1.
Daniel Murphy was on that list at Citizen.
At Citi
Field.
Yeah, another tough place to hit. Randy Wolf's 2-2 with a 4.04 ERA at Coors Field. So, you know, the good record against the Rockies. He's also typically pitched pretty well here.
Yeah, coming into the game, just 19 earned runs and 42 in the third inning.
And that's a base hit to left center field. Dexter's going to turn on the gas. The throw going toward third, and it was cut off. They get Gonzalez trying to go to second base. That was a heads-up play by Segura, and almost kind of a bluff throw by Gomez.
When the throw was coming in from Gomez, I was watching Carlos Gonzalez Brown, and then I was right there with him saying, go ahead and take it. Because you see the fly to the ball, but Segura's pointing to second, so he knows, and he cuts it off to make the throw to second base. Carlos sees where the throw is. It's not a hesitation until he's halfway there, and he knows that if I stop, I'm caught. If I keep going, I'm going to be caught. That's just a heads-up play from the youngster, Gene Segura.
I don't know if I've seen it executed in that fashion in a long time.
No, but also credit Gomez for keeping the throw low and hitting the cutoff man.
Because Dex, you know, was going about 3/4 speed reading the baseball. Then he got to second and he turned it up. And you almost want to force that throw and then have the opportunity to have the runner move up. But you made the great point. It was cuttable.
It was head high. You know, and if base runners, if that throw was coming in from Gomez, it goes straight to second. Carlos shuts it down. He goes back to first. One more look at this. Gomez keeping the throw low. He looks to see where the runner is, but Segura cuts it off and quickly turns and fires it.
2-2 on Moline Rosario, an RBI double to right center his first time up.
And Segura is the youngster they got for Zach Greinke from the Angels.
Played a lot of second base in the minor leagues. 3-2. Change up away. Had a good at bat for Moline Rosario. He's walking a little bit more.
Didn't go fishing for the off speed. There wasn't a pitch that was anywhere near hittable in the Ford strike zone.
2 outs, runners at first and third. Jordan Pacheco singled down the right field line to drive in a run in the first inning. We'll get his second look at Randy Wolf. Gorgeous sunset. Pacheco ahead in the count, 2-1. Rockies up 4-1 as they bat in the third. They've out hit the Brewers 6-3 thus far. No swing. That's the right call. 3-1.
A lot of body movement going for Jordan, not the hands and the barrel of the bat. The few times we've seen Jordan get big with the swing and have a home run cut.
Three-two, and this is looped to shallow right. It's going to drop. Another run comes around for the Rockies. Going first to third is Willeen Rosario. 5-1, second RBI for Jordan Pacheco.
It's all about making adjustments, and Jordan made the adjustment from the previous swing. He had gotten too big. This time he stays inside the ball, inside outs with the swing, and just a humpback liner into right center field. 29 RBIs for Pacheco now.
Chris Nelson grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time. Randy Wolf on the ropes. Rockies got into the Brewers' pen real early last night. Mike Fiers, who's been their best pitcher, was removed with nobody out in the third inning. Rockies had 6 straight hits, if you recall, to begin the third inning. He chased him off. Mike McClendon went a couple innings. Livan Hernandez really picked up the pen. He went 3 innings of 1-run baseball. K-Rod pitched the 8th inning.
Wolf might have to stay out for longer than Ron Renicky would like because of the bullpen use that happened last night.
2-1. Quality swing by Chris Nelson. 2-2. Nelson pops it up to right field. Aoki will make the catch. In the inning, the Rockies get another run. They had 3 hits, also a walk in the inning. 5-1 Colorado. Is brought to you by Land Rover. And it's a game summary. If you're a Rockies fan, you'll enjoy looking at. Carlos Gonzalez, a 2-run single in the first inning. Josh Rutledge and Eric Young scoring. And then the double by Willeen Rosario bringing home cargo. Rockies weren't done in the first. Jordan Pacheco with a hard-hit ground ball down the first base line. And Rosario got to shake hands. 4 runs in that first inning for the Rockies. They added a run in the bottom of the third. They lead 5-1. That game summary again brought to you by Land Rover. Drew Goodman, Jeff Hewson, and Jenny Kavnar. As the sun sets to the west, Tyler Chatwood has been very good. The run he gave up last inning was unearned. The leadoff man Carlos Gomez reached on a 2-base throwing error by Josh Rutledge. Ryan Braun, Aramis Ramirez, Corey Hart. Braun last year a .332 average, 33 home runs, 111 driven in, also 33 stolen bases in 150 ball games. He won his 4th Silver Slugger Award, 3rd Brewer ever to win an MVP award. Joining Hall of Famers Raleigh Fingers, who won it in '81, and Robin Yount, who won it twice, '82 and '89. The Brewers were an American League team.
April last year for Braun was good. Then he put the club on his back in September. Said, "I'll hop on, guys. I'll take you, and we'll ride this to a pennant."
Came out in the same draft with Troy Tulowitzki. They are very good friends. Outside 2-2. Braun's a sharp guy. He's done a lot of business things, a lot of philanthropic things on the side. One of the things he's done is he opened a restaurant. He's co-owner of a restaurant right on the river there. As he flies out to shallow center field. And it's not one of those deals, Huey, where you just your big name, you put your name on it, and somebody else
don't show
runs
up.
it. I mean, he's there all the time, and evidently very much involved in that business. 5-1 Colorado, 1 out, as we take a look at our AT&T trivia question. Who is the first rookie in Brewers history to retire the first 9 batters he faced? Aramis Ramirez hit the ball in the air to center field his first time.
Remember how bad Ramirez was in April? He actually went into the manager's office and apologized for how poorly he was hitting.
Well, right now those numbers look a lot like what we've seen throughout of Ramirez's career.
I mean, he was hitting 151 back on the 22nd of April.
He's a career .285 hitter. Did you know this about Aramis Ramirez? He has 330 home runs. That's 8th most of any third baseman ever to play the game, and he's closing in on the former twin Gary Gaetti, who had 332. And this kid's got a lot left in the tank because he got to the big league so quickly.
With Pittsburgh, went over to the Cubs, spent a number of years there. Signed a 3-year deal with the Brewers.
Ramirez's first year in the big leagues was 1999. But he's just 33. Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, 2-2 on Ramirez. Good fastball in on the hands at 95.
You can tell that Tyler has late life on that fastball. On the hands of the big power hitters. Drawn with the easy fly ball to center. Attacking the strike zone. 34 out of his 49 pitches have been strikes. And when he's missing, he usually misses down. and just out of the zone. Haven't seen too many that have been up. And when Tyler starts to rush his delivery, he'll leave the arm behind and the ball will be left up.
And got him to reach there. It's popped up the elevator shaft. And coming on down the line, that's Jordan Pacheco. That's a good job by Pacheco. It's so much easier for the corner infielder to make that play in fair territory than the catcher.
Yeah, and Jordan had the catcher gear on before, so he knows how difficult this play is. Says, I'll help you out, Willeen. I'll come in and catch it with the big glove. I'm going forward. You're having to throw the mask, spin around. Always first and third, take it over the catcher whenever possible.
Corey Hart with 2 outs and nobody on. Slow curveball for a strike. It's a 53rd pitch. Good number as Chatwood works with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Went 5 innings in San Francisco, allowing just 3 hits, no runs, struck out 3, walked 2. I keep saying this, Jeff, and I know you concur that in this difficult season, what the Rockies need to see in the final 6 weeks is some of these young pitchers putting together 2, 3, 4 pretty good starts. There may be a hiccup in there, but start to see a general level of improvement as opposed to 1 decent, 2 bad, 1 okay, another couple not so good. And there's the strikeout of Corey Hart.
Well, this is pretty good.
Back-to-back
games.
Yep. That's what made me think of it. Rockies up 5-1.
Making sure that I embrace all my gifts, you know, and give everything I got, and in turn, you know, spread that to one person, the next person started catching on.
Brewers 5-1. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. Due up this half inning, Eric Young Jr. This is a guy coming into the season who decided, I'm going to leave no stones unturned. I am going to make this team, and I'm going to do that by changing my diet, changing my exercise habits, and refusing to be ignored, a motto that led him into the year.
I was fighting for last roster spot, so you know, just wanted to kind of motivate, you know, myself of making sure that I embrace all my gifts, you know, and give everything I got, and in turn, you know, spread that to one person, the next person started catching on.
Well, EY sure caught on as well. Tonight is his 8th start in a row, and all he's done is hit .457 in that spot. You know, he told me today, I want to be an inspiration for my teammates, but I want to be an inspiration for other people too. He's one of the hardest working guys in that clubhouse, Drew and Jeff. You guys know that, you see it, but it's also fun and interesting to see his background story. It's not just how he works on the field, it's what he's doing off the field that's really made a difference for him as well.
He also is a guy that, you know, he's tweeted about this also. I've rapped to him about it. He'll go out, see museums on the road, do cultural things, trying to broaden his horizons at every turn. Here's the 1-2 on DJ, 2-2.
It helps get your mind off the game of baseball, so it's not all consuming 24/7. You get the break, you can get away, step back, experience other things in life, and then your focus when you get back to the field is more sharp.
It was spring training or early in April. He took in a ballet. You know, good for him. And he's a guy that you have to be just thrilled with his success of late, because you want to see hard work rewarded. You want to see hard work rewarded by likable people, and that's what you get with Eric Young Jr. Aoki in right's going to catch this fly ball. DJ LeMahieu is retired, and that'll bring up Tyler Chatwood. Let's check our AT&T trivia question. Once again, who's the only Brewer to retire the first 9 batters he faced in the big leagues?
It wasn't Raleigh Fingers.
No, it's not a big name. It's a guy we saw last night, Mike McClendon. And did it against the Rockies. Chatwood had a base hit taken away from him on a good play on a hard comebacker by Randy Wolf.
Another update on Michael Kadire. Another base hit, 2 singles and a home run, 3 for 3.
So he's got a chance perhaps to be the PCL player of the week.
I don't think he'll have enough at bats.
This is fair down the right field line. It kicks away from Aoki, and Chatwood, who runs well, is into second with a double. First hit for Tyler Chatwood. You can see him slap Gene Segura on the backside. The reason is those two guys were teammates in the Angels chain.
Question, was it going to slice and go foul? It was fair by 6 inches. It kicks off the wall. It doesn't hug the wall and go down into the corner, so Tyler had to put on the afterburners and slide into second. First career double for Tyler.
Want to know on EY. That's 2-0. EY at double and a pop-up. 1 out, an RBI out there for Junior. 2 for 5 yesterday. He had an RBI, scored a run, stolen base. Talking to Dexter about his good friend Eric Young and his outfield play. I said, how much did you help? He said, you know, I gave him some tips. He said, but it's all him. He just put in the work on cleaning up his routes. Look out, that bat, I think it hit Randy Wolf. It hit Randy Wolf or come close. Hard to tell because I was trying to follow.
It scared him.
Yeah, I was trying to follow the baseball at the same time. Weeks throws out EY. 2 outs, Chatwood at third.
Mike Shaw's Subaru Supermo give you a good look at where the barrel went. Back towards Randy Wolf. He's dodging the barrel. The ball's going one way, barrel on the other side. He was just jumping out of the way, not sure how to react.
Josh Rutledge 0 for 1 and a hit by pitch back in the first inning. To third, Ramirez. We move to the 5th inning. The Rockies 5 and the Brewers 1. high-efficiency inning. Yeah, actually the second inning, Aramis Ramirez fly ball to center field, Corey Hart fly ball left field, and then Martin Maldonado would ground out. Learn about energy efficiency and how to save money in your home by visiting responsiblebynature.com. A couple of options for a high-efficiency inning tonight from Tyler Chatwood. He's set to go in the 5th inning. He has allowed 2 hits. One was a bunt single by Nori Aoki. In fact, Aoki has both hits. Martin Maldonado, Carlos Gomez, and Gene Segura here in the 5th inning.
Just the one unearned run for Tyler.
Well, on the subject of starting pitchers, young starting pitchers at that, Drew Pomeranz scheduled to go tomorrow, still has a pectoral tightness on the left side, and his start will be skipped tomorrow. They're hoping he can make a start on Sunday against the Miami Marlins. They have not officially announced who will make the start in his stead tomorrow.
Yeah, tune into the postgame show. I'm sure Jim Tracy will let us know in his daily briefing after the game who will be the starter in the day game tomorrow.
And if you missed it, it will not be, if you're wondering, it will not be Jolie Chassin. He's going to make one more start in Colorado Springs.
And that would be on Thursday anyway.
Right. Guillermo Moscoso, who was supposed to start, I believe, yesterday, had his start skipped. So certainly he looks like a very good candidate to make that spot start. 1-0 on Martin Maldonado, and Maldonado pulls this ball to deep left field down the line and gone. And it's 5-2. Maldonado with his 7th home run. He's been interesting for the Brewers in that he's hitting close to 280. In the minor leagues, he was a 238 hitter.
Yeah, he came up the first time when Jonathan LaCroix went on the DL with the broken hand, and so he came up, but he's stuck. The spinning slider from Tyler didn't have the depth that he would have liked to had on this baseball. Maldonado reaches it out, takes it out just above the 347 sign down in left field.
Outside on Carlos Gomez, ball 1. Come into the ball game 10 games beneath 500, 52 and 62, but they're over 500 against the NL West this year, 15 and 14. And Gomez gets fisted big time. And a nice play by DJ LeMahieu.
We've seen some broken bats tonight.
Yeah, he's not afraid to throw the ball in. The ball has some run on it, 94, 95 or so. That's why you're seeing that. Join in on the conversation coming up in the 6th inning Toyota Talk. Text Toyota to 720-720. And again, if you enter, you'll be eligible to win a 1-year family membership to the Denver Zoo. Check out the Toyota Elephant Passage exhibit. Gene Segura.
So when you rode the Elephant, did you have a driver, or how does that work?
I was the driver. Oh man, Total Control Racing, TCR.
I've seen you drive.
Yeah?
I've ridden with you.
Ball to second. I'm an excellent driver. I heard that in a movie somewhere.
You believe in your own story, but did you have a driver for the Elephant?
No, but you had to like get on a ladder off a platform to get on the Elephant. It was like a fly on that elephant's back. You kidding me?
I'm just trying to picture that.
Ask Kenny sometime.
I will.
Randy Wolf here in the 5th inning, 2 outs and a run in, and he hits it on the ground to second. LeMahieu's got it. And Tyler Chatwood, after giving up the home run to Maldonado, gets 3 quick ground balls. 5-2 Colorado, safely through the 5th on 81 pitches. Rockies have been rocking so far on this homestand. 9 runs last night. They have 5 through 5 innings. Tyler Chatwood, Bo McLaughlin talking. Let me correct something. I said 81 pitches. I misread the scoreboard. It's 62 pitches. So Chatwood, good to continue on. 3, 4, and 5 for the Rockies. Randy Wolf still firing for the Brewers. Dexter Fowler is 1 for 1 and a sac bunt.
Well, it was nice for Tyler after giving up that home run. 3 quick ground ball outs.
Look at the English on that baseball, and Randy Wolf picks it up and tags Dexter out. This ball made a left turn.
Right off the cup part of the bat. Who's got it? I got it. You got it. No, I'll take it. Tag him out.
Carlos Gonzalez will step up. Cargo a 2-run single in the first and then a single in the third to left center. He's 2 for 2. Rockies have 8 hits. Randy Wolf has given up the most hits of any pitcher in the National League. Started the evening 3 hits fewer than Ian Kennedy had given up. Cargo, by the way, has moved into 3rd place in the National League in ribbies, right behind Beltran and Holiday. And that's a rocket up the middle. He's 3 for 3.
Well, you knew he wasn't going to stay down in that hitting slump. As good a hitter as he is.
He's won a batting title. Guys who win batting titles don't stay in slumps long. Time now for today's Chevy's Dare to Compare, brought to you by the Chevy Equinox. 32 highway miles per gallon. It outperforms its competitors. Chevy, made for Colorado. Some similarities: Miller Park and Coors Field. Good hitters parks. Identical in home runs this year. Identical in several categories. The length of the home runs a little farther at Coors Field, but Miller Park, a place that hitters like to go and visit.
But you don't hear that on the list of when people are talking about Miller Park. Yeah, it's Coors Field's always #1. But Citizens Bank should be up there. Synergy Field in Cincinnati. And all those parks should be
Chase Field.
Chase Field. But Miller Park, when the roof is closed.
GABP. I only say that because that's what they put in their notes. Great American Ballpark.
Right. I was trying to think for a second. What, GA, did I miss something?
Rosario, a run-scoring double and a walk, and Cargo's picked off. That'll go as a caught stealing. 4th time he's been caught this year. He's 16 of 20.
He was just guessing. Was he going to throw over, because he just kept his momentum going and took off when Wolf lifted the leg. And Ricky Weeks comes in and applies the tag.
That's why communication, Huey, is so important up the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, you know who's going to cover that bag on a pickoff before it happens, and you'll tell the first baseman. Either the shortstop has it or the second baseman. With Willeen Rosario and when Segura is playing, he's playing over into the hole. So he's already told Ricky Weeks, you're the guy that's going to have to get this if he goes. Give a good target for the first baseman. He did. That's why they got him out.
This ball is well hit center field. Gomez looking up, and it is gone. Number 19 for the Baby Bull. 6-2 Colorado.
That's about his 4th or 5th home run to dead center field this year.
Take you back to spring training. We were up in Peoria watching batting practice one day before a ball game against the Royals. And he hit literally, folks, about a dozen in a row out to right center field, one after another, just like this.
Yeah, and the extension that he gets through the ball, that's what propels the ball so far. I mean, the strength helps, but you have to hit a ball that far to center field purely.
And Segura charges in and throws out Jordan Pachenko to end the 5th inning. We turn the page to inning number 6. The Rockies in control, 6-2 over Randy Wolf and the Brew Crew. Number 19 for Willeen Rosario. Rockies baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Ford Edge. Class-defining style, revolutionary technology. Ford Edge, go further. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By King Soopers, more value for the way you live. And by Ram Trucks, now get a great deal on a new Ram truck at the Ram Summer Clearance event going on right now. Tyler Chatwood, 62 pitches in. He's allowed 2 runs, 1 earned in 5 innings, just 4 hits allowed. He'll face the top of the order. It is Nori Aoki. Aoki has 2 of the 4 hits. 1 was a bunt single.
This is a growth inning for Tyler Chatwood, 3rd time through the lineup to face the Brewers. These are also the little things that you look for from starting pitchers. How do they handle the matchups after the hitters have seen them twice? Should they change their pattern?
Well,
it was late,
yeah,
Wally.
it was really late. And I think it's a hard call for an umpire because your instincts when you hear time is to say time. And they have to look where the pitcher is at the same place. And I think if Wally were to do it again, he would let Chatwood finish the delivery and not grant time to Aoki.
Because he doesn't have to. Umpires don't have to grant time. They can do it if he feels like the pitcher's not ready to throw.
Still got the good velocity at 95.
There's no drop off with the velocity. He sat all night long, 94, 95 miles an hour.
Aoki, this almost hit 3 guys. It almost hit Aoki. Then, as he swung the bat, it almost hit Ricky Weeks. Then he almost took out Ryan Braun. That wouldn't have been good.
How does he even foul this off?
It's coming at him. He fouls it off. Look out Weeks. Look out Braun. And it ends up in the 3rd row. Mets acquired veteran catcher Kelly Shopping from the Red Sox. Do you read that story on the Red Sox? Evidently, there was a player meeting with the ownership group of the Red Sox, and from reports, the main subject was the players, shall we say, discussed with Bobby Valentine, and several said they didn't want to play for Bobby Valentine.
It wasn't the first time, though. Remember Kevin Youkilis? It happened earlier in the season. They knew what they were getting when they signed Bobby Valentine.
Now ball to first. Nice play, Pacheco.
So it shouldn't come as a surprise. Bobby has a strong personality. I played for him in Texas. And he does things his way. Some players like it, some don't. But Bobby Valentine's going to be Bobby Valentine. He's not going to change because he's managing in Boston.
And he's used to a degree of turmoil. And
he likes it. I think he thrives on it.
I think you're right. Ricky Weeks is 0 for 2, robbed of at least a double back in the third inning by Dexter Fowler, the defensive play of the night. There's a strike.
Dexter's still limbering up the back, moving so it doesn't stiffen up on him. One more look at this highlight catch from Dexter Fowler. If he doesn't catch this, Aoki's going to score from first, and then it would be 2 runs in that inning. Then you'd have Ryan Braun coming up next.
Swung on and missed, and a strikeout for Tyler Chatwood, his third of the ball game.
Yeah, 94 with movement under the hands of Ricky Weeks. Stood no chance on this one. He was tardy, tied up. Everything you don't like to see as a hitter, but from Tyler's perspective, what a pitch.
We had a question, most doubles in a game by one team, the 14 in 1883 by Chicago against Buffalo. I wonder if Jim Kelly played in that game. And in the American League, it's a dozen. Boston against Detroit in 1990 and Cleveland against Minnesota in 96. 2-0 on Ryan Braun, who's 0 for 2. And Braun gets jammed, foul ground, a play for Pacheco. What a job by Tyler Chatwood. Just 76 pitches through 6 innings. He's been marvelous. The Rockies up by 4. Line, powered by your Colorado Hyundai dealer. Step up to the plate, get more miles per gallon. Line in America, Hyundai. No television tomorrow as the Rockies conclude the season series against the Brew Crew. It's an afternoon affair, and we're back on the air Thursday. The Marlins in town. We'll begin things with the pregame show at 6. Same routine on Friday. 4-game series with the Marlins here, and then it's back to the road. In fact, the Rockies will head east. They'll take on the Mets for 4 and the Cubbies for 3. This season, save responsibly when you shop at your Colorado Hyundai dealers. Check it out at coloradohyundai.com. Tyler Chatwood getting an arm around the shoulders from the skipper, Jim Tracy, which would be indicative of night over. Yeah, and the skipper's got a nice smile on his face. Yeah, and it's good to see.
Yeah, he should. Tyler Chatwood, 6 innings, 77 pitches, 51 for strikes, 3 strikeouts, big 0 walks.
Randy Wolf is done, and Jose Veras is now on the hill. Chris Nelson in the 6th inning will lead it off. Chris is 0 for 2. Fastball off the plate, ball 1.
Veras came over from the Pittsburgh Pirates in the Casey McGee deal the 12th of December. 52nd ball game. Fastball, split, slider.
And Chris lines this ball to right center field. This one's going to drop. It hits off the top of the wall. Nelly's going to have himself a leadoff double.
The strength of Chris Nelson's on display with this swing, because it wasn't a classic take the ball to right field type of swing. The top hand came off, but his weight was falling back more than it was going that way, and still hit it 365 feet into the gap.
DJ LeMahieu, nothing for 2. DJ 4 for 4 last night. The 4 hits, a new career high. Veras misses. Ball 1. Book on Randy Wolf, 5 innings. He gives up 6 runs, all of them earned, 10 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 1. Tonight's CenturyLink high-speed pitch, fast speed, and a low monthly price. Visit CenturyLink.com. Randy Wolf topped out at 90. Tyler Chatwood on numerous occasions hit 95. Pretty much worked to 94 with his fastball, with movement, most importantly, and good location. This is going to get the job done. LeMahieu gets thrown out by a step by Gene Segura. We're moving to third with 1 out is Chris Nelson. And Matt McBride's going to pinch hit for Tyler Chatwood. So Matt McBride. So we got to wait for the meeting to take place. Rick Kranitz going out to the hill, and upstairs we go with Jeff Houston. I'm Drew Goodman, and Huey, you've broken out your computer.
Yeah, I was just going over. We talked about the Connect with the fans. It's going to start up on Thursday. Just we're kind of demoing it, working out all the bugs, looking at it. But it's really a neat feature because you can interact with different fans, and you can look at. It keeps a game log and what's happening, who's up, who's going to hit, their numbers against the pitchers, a lot of different things. And it is pretty cool to be able to follow the game. People are tweeting about it right now, and you can talk about the game. And this little feature over here is pretty neat because it gives the average number of pitches that a pitcher will throw during a game. And it's almost like a gas gauge where it'll start full, and then you can see it going to empty as the guy gets closer and closer to the average number of pitches that he throws.
And you got the tweet stuff over here, huh?
Yep. We can check it all out. And see, you can even tweet something during the game, Drew.
Let's tweet Chatwood with maybe his best performance in the big leagues.
I like that tweet because that's what it was. It was a fine performance.
Well, with the Rockies.
Yeah, and even giving up the 1 earned run, he gave up the home run and came right back though.
2-strike count on McBride, infield in. Ron Renicky knows he can't fall farther behind. Renicky's been here. He knows his ballpark. And though the Rockies have dominated, it's just a grand slam from being a tie ball game. So the Brewers are not out of this at all. They realize that. And you know they got to cut this run off at the plate. Chris Nelson at third. 0-2 on McBride. Wells Fargo customers get your 2-for-1 Rockies tickets by going to wellsfargo.com/Rockies. Wells Fargo Bank, member FDIC. Good slider, and McBride is gone. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Junior.
Fans hitting the road, subscribe to MLB.tv to take advantage of new low pricing and see every Rockies out-of-market game online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. So you can watch the Rockies online with MLB.tv.
EY double in 3 trips.
That was a prime example from Veras where he threw him an off-speed pitch, first pitch, because of the aggressiveness that Eric has been having when he goes to the plate. It's not just the get me over fastballs because they know he's going to take and he's in the hole 0-1.
This ball's driven up high and deep right field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. Off the facade of the second deck for Junior. How do you like that?
Wow.
That was a big boy home run.
Talk about a no-doubter. Get tacos and the second deck. He crushed this ball. Listen to the sound.
It's one of the few times you won't see him tearing out of the box.
He knew it.
Yeah, he knew it, and everybody in the house knew it.
That's EY's 9th multi-hit game in the last 10 starts.
You got to tell him it's so much easier than hitting it off the center field wall at Dodger Stadium,
hard.
having to run all the way around the bases at full tilt. This is to short. Segura will throw out Rutledge. 2-run home run, Eric Young Jr., his 3rd of the year, and the Rockies have an 8-2 lead.
2 as we head to the top of the 7th. It'll be time for the Rockies to go to the bullpen, and that leads us to the question, where has Matt Reynolds been? This is day number 9 that he has not had a ball in his hand and out on the mound. I talked to Matt about it. Any cause for concern? He said absolutely not. He's been used in more of a situational role since they went to the piggyback formula here with the Rockies organization. He said he's gotten up twice in the last week to warm up when they've called down for him. He says he warms up hard enough it almost feels like he goes in and pitches. So to go when he gets out there.
Well, Jenny, we apologize to all our viewers. Obviously, we're having some technical problems with Jenny's mic. Trying to get back to her momentarily. Josh Renicky on for the 47th time.
He leads all major league relievers with that 71 and a third innings pitched. 6 innings ahead of the next closest guy, Craig Stammen, with the Washington Nationals.
Here's the 0-1 to Aramis Ramirez. 1-1.
Well, Josh in his role in this piggyback system, even before it, he was coming out like Adam Ottavino is Ottavino's fastball slider, Renicky's fastball curveball.
EY is going to have to field it off the scoreboard and fire it back in. A leadoff double for Ramirez. Tyler Chatwood went 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 4 hits, no walks. And he struck out 3.
Yeah, they gave Carlos Gomez a single on that ball in the 3rd inning, and then a throwing error from Josh Rutledge.
Yeah, probably could have scored it either way. Could have been a 2-base error. I think if Rutledge's throw is on target, Gomez, even though he could fly, would have been out. But they went 1-1. In other words, single and an error. Out of town scoreboard. Dodgers leading the Pirates 6-0. And that's a base hit for Corey Hart. Ramirez will go to 3rd.
The Washington San Francisco flyby 0-0 last night wasn't the case. They got all over Vogelsong.
Jeremy Guthrie tonight for the Royals. 7 shutout innings against the A's. Allowed just 3 hits. A couple of walks. He struck out 8.
And that was in Kansas City.
Martin Maldonado hit a home run his last time up. Line drive on 1 hop to second, or to short. And it's going to turn into a double play. Josh Rutledge did a good job staying with that baseball. The run scores. It's 8-3. Which will take 2 outs and give up a run with a significant lead.
Josh had been playing back, not in the typical double play depth, because a Maldonado as a catcher doesn't run all that well, so you can gain more range, and he needed the range with the ball and the way it was hit. Gathered himself, didn't panic after it caused his momentum to go to the outfield, and made the strong throw to DJ, turn it over.
Carlos Gomez at the plate. I was talking to Carlos around the cage today about his home run trot. I put that in quotations because it's not a trot, it's a sprint. And he said, you know, I just always done that. I did that in the minor leagues. And I said, well, nobody's ever going to bean you for showing them up because you did. I mean, you got around so fast you almost caught the guy in front of you last night. And he said, yeah, and I got embarrassed a couple weeks ago. And then I remembered, remember he hit a ball down the line that was out, but it was just foul. He thought it was fair. He put his head down like he always does, and he sprints around the bases. He doesn't look at anything. He's got his head down. The umpires are trying to stop him. Third base coach Ed Cedars trying to stop him. He gets past third, and he's going, boy, I'm wondering why Eddie didn't give me a high five.
Right, so he was halfway between third and home before he realized that the ball was foul. So all he did was go ahead and go home, pick up his bat, start the at-bat over.
Exactly. And the dugout naturally is on the floor, dying in laughter. 1-2 on Gomez. And a home run hack, but very little baseball. Foul tip held by the catcher, Willeen Rosario. Run came around. Ramirez doubled. It is 8-3, mid-7. Rockies baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Hyundai's Summer Drive Sales event now through September 3rd. By the Courtyard by Marriott, Western Elegance in the cultural heart of the city. And by Sonic. If you like pina colada, you'll love Sonic's new Island Breeze Slush. Made with real fruit in your choice of pineapple or strawberry. It's Tropicool. Tuesday night in the Mile High City. And at Coors Field, it's all good. Rockies 8, the Brewers 3. And Dexter Fowler lines one to right. That's another hit for Dexter. His second of the ball game. He's 2 for 3 and a sac bunt. And that is hit number 12 for the Rockies. Jose Veras' second inning of work. The Rockies tag Randy Wolf for 6 runs. That'll bring up Cargo. He's been perfect tonight, 3 for 3. That's good. The Rockies are not going to have to send him down.
No, and that average is back up to 320 and is climbing, going up. Dexter Fowler with that hit now has 105 hits on the season.
That's a bunch. Off speed in there for a strike. Rockies had 15 hits in their 9-6 victory last night. Bottom of inning number 7.
It's just nice to see him getting off on the right foot on this homestand after what happened on the previous one before they went out on the road. Those are the other things. You talk about the pitchers making strides moving forward. Where do you want to see? You want to see them have 2 or 3 good starts in a row, 3 or 4. And then if they have a bad one, okay. And to get back to where you want to be next year, you've got to play better at home. I mean, this year, statistically speaking, is the worst they've played throughout the history of this franchise. And you have to win at home and then go out on the road and survive.
Way inside, 1-1. Are you using social media, Jeff?
Yes.
Well, if you are, follow Root Sports on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date with your favorite team all season long.
I already do.
Very good.
And with this Game Connect, you can follow even more.
There goes Dexter, and it's a ground ball toward the hole, on through, base hit. Dexter will move to third. Cargo's got himself a 4-hit ball game.
We saw DJ LeMahieu do it last night, and I want to join that group.
No, you can't keep a good man down for long. You and I have chatted about this so much. One of the things that personality-wise that works in Cargo's favor. See that smile? He's got a beautiful smile. He's a great kid. He's got that smile the next day after he went 0 for 4 and had 3 punch-outs. Those days don't happen frequently. But I think his ability truly to shake things off, let things roll off his back, is a large component to his consistent success.
It's like those closers that have the short-term memory. The good hitters, they have the short-term memory too. There's nothing I can do about the at-bat I had or the game I just had. I want to go out tomorrow and put just good at-bats together. I can't control sometimes where the ball goes or how if somebody catches it. So I just consistent at-bats every single day.
Yeah, and I'll give you an example of a guy who's a great player who has a different personality, and it works for him, but he's a grinder, and that's Troy Tulowitzki.
Sure.
And Troy lives and dies. There goes Cargo, and the throw to second's going to get him. That's a great throw by Maldonado. Second time Cargo's been caught tonight. The first one was on basically a pickoff. But Troy is a guy that it really, you know, it stays with him.
That's just his personality. But we've seen 2 throws tonight from these young catchers, Maldonado and Rosario, on the money to get the base stealers by a wide margin. Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. Carlos tried to go in with just the left hand and swing out and catch the bag, but the throw was too good.
1-1 on Willeen, and this is in the air to shallow center with the infield in. It's a problem, but Ricky Weeks gets back. About a potential problem. 2 outs. Infield will return to normal depth. Jordan Pacheco will come up. Fowler still at third base.
Todd Helton's a grinder.
Todd is a grinder.
You see guys that they deal with it different ways. It's not to say one way is better than the other. Just it fits who you are and your personality.
And again, there are all kinds of personalities. Todd will internalize. Todd grinds, but he internalizes. Todd, you know, on the rare occasion he has a bad at bat, will still, you know, he'll take his helmet off calmly and the bat into the bat rack calmly. I mean, underneath, he may be having he may be, you know, having a riot inside. But you know, Troy, we've seen him slam bats and helmets, and he's not the only one. There's no right or wrong way. It's just how personalities, you know, affect how guys go about their business, or don't affect how guys go about their business. Because obviously Troy's been very successful, but you know, I think of Vinny Castilla, I think of Larry Walker. They let stuff kind of roll off their back.
Yep.
You were more of a grinder.
I was more of a grinder, and at times it hurt me though. it affected me, maybe my next at bat. I try not to let it affect me in the field, but that was my personality, and I wish I could have been different at times, but I couldn't.
Pacheco fouls this off, and it bounces harmlessly in foul ground. Aoki will have to return to his spot in right field. Dexter at third, leadoff single. 8-3 Colorado, bottom of 7.
I'll spend at least $25 in one transaction at King Soopers, and you can buy up to 4 tickets for $14 each. Available for select games only. It's been $25 using your Super Card.
Footnote on Cargo's 4 hits tonight. 3rd time this year he's produced 4 hits in a game. 13th time in his career. One and 2 on Jordan Pacheco. 2 for 3, 2 ribbies. Another one out there. Pacheco can come through here with a knock. Doesn't offer at the slider. And it's 2 and 2. Dodgers are up 11-0 now on the Pirates in the 9th.
They beat them last night 5-4. Victorino home run, 10th on the season.
3 and 2. At Central, the Pirates 5 games behind the Reds. Reds won again, their 4th straight, beat the Mets tonight. So it's 5.5 games actually. Cardinals 7.5 back. Cards leading at home against Arizona 5-2 late. Ball 4. Good at bat for Jordan Pacheco. And we'll pass the baton to Chris Nelson.
John Axford out in the bullpen.
He's not going to be out in the bullpen any longer.
Now he's coming in.
Yeah, he's been summoned. The former closer for the Milwaukee Brewers will come in. Jose Veras walks off. He worked an inning in 2/3. 8-3 Colorado. Rooney Lexus look back. A lot of things happening for the Rockies tonight, so we'll give you our top 3 highlights. Ricky Weeks trying to get the Brewers back in the game, and Dexter Fowler playing both ways as he does every night. Gorgeous catch, and then some big flies tonight. Willeen Rosario to center field and then some, his 19th of the year. And look at this ball hit by Eric Young Jr. in the 6th inning. Jason Giambi looking on at home, getting better. He'd be proud off the facade of the 2nd deck. That's big fella territory out there. Cooney Lexus look back, brought to you by Cooney Lexus, where luxury has an address, South Broadway in Littleton. 8-3 Rockies. They've out-hit the Brewers tonight 14-6. John Axford, the erstwhile closer of the Milwaukee Brewers, will try to get the Brewers off the field. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Nelson at the plate.
He was successful on 10 of his first 11 save opportunities, but it's been downhill since, just 8 for 15. 8 blown saves on the season for Axford. I was talking to Rick Kranitz today, the pitching coach for the Brewers, and I said, what's the difference between Axford this year and last year? He said last year he was still he was walking the tightrope, but now he's getting in trouble where he'll give up the hit after giving up a walk and a hit by pitch, where last year he would get out of it. So they also missed the veteran presence of Takashi Saito and LaTroy Hawkins out in the bullpen. 2 guys that you knew what you were going to get. They were strike throwers, but they were the calming influence for the younger pitchers.
Yeah, especially a guy like LaTroy. Good leader down there. 2-strike count, and the fastball at 99 misses. Two hits in the inning, a Fowler single, a Cargo single. Walk to Pacheco. Cargo erased, trying to steal second. 1-2, and Nelson fouls it off. Went around. Boy, that real wide base sometimes gives things away. See how wide Maldonado was? That's a breaking ball receiving stance. Axford strikes out Nelson. 8-3 Rockies.
Coors Field. Well, just a reminder, we will not have TV for tomorrow's game, and since we won't be here tomorrow, we're not going to be able to wish a very special colleague of ours a very special happy birthday. It's Jeff Houston's birthday tomorrow, so here's our birthday card for Jeff Houston. It comes in the form of some great career numbers. for him against Milwaukee. Look at that young guy. He looks so nice there. He had a 307 average against Milwaukee. In fact, he had 53 total bases. That's the most he had against any opponent. Handful of doubles and triples in there, and even 2 home runs. Jeff, I can't think of a better way to wish you a happy birthday for a big number that we're not going to reveal.
You want to know what? Those are Hall of Fame numbers.
Thank you, Jenny.
You're
I appreciate
so welcome.
it.
Those stats will always keep you young, Jeff. Just remember that.
I appreciate that because I know you just had a birthday a few weeks ago, but you were much younger than I am. I'm going to turn 49 again. Again.
And once
you can't
again,
go backwards.
you will turn
a
page older than me.
Yes, I will.
Hey, what do you have planned?
I'm not sure. That's not my department. You don't plan your own birthday party, do you?
Well, you're not supposed to.
Yeah. I'm not privy to what's happening tomorrow. So
wait till you get home in the driveway. Yeah. I'm not supposed to say anything.
Okay. Just when do you get to it, okay?
There you go. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
8-3 Rockies. Gene Segura at the plate. 2-2 count. Ron Renicke's nephew out on the hill, Josh Renicke. This may be playable. And then again, it may not.
Yeah, those guys aren't allowed to play it. Lane looking, is he going to have enough room? Runs out of real estate. Jonathan Herrera the whole time telling the guys, that, hold on, I know where it's going. You don't need to come in here.
Crowd at 28,036 tonight at Coors Field. 2-2 again. And again, it's fouled off.
Josh pitched against the Brewers back in April when the Rockies traveled to Milwaukee, so it is weird to have your uncle sitting there in the opposing dugout watching it, but it's not the first time it's happened. So they've gotten over the initial shock or kind of awe too that your nephew out pitching against your ball club.
Hit hard back up the middle by Segura. Well, Josh's dad, I didn't see him at the ball game today. We saw him out on the road. Saw him in Los Angeles.
We've seen him quite a bit. We've seen him in San Diego. It helps when your coverage includes the Rockies, so you can make your trips to go cover them and write up reports about your son.
He's got the National League West. Travis Ishikawa is going to be the pinch hitter for Axford, who went a third of an inning. I think in a perfect world, Jim Tracy with the 5-run lead, getting 6 innings out of Tyler Chatwood, would like to have Renicke, throw the final 3 innings.
Yeah,
but last inning he gave up a couple hits and a run. He's given up a leadoff single here to Segura.
There's been a lot of balls that have been hit hard. And with the day game tomorrow, that's what you would like to have happen. But still, the Brewers are only down by 5.
Matt Reynolds getting loose. Matt hasn't had much work in a while.
A week ago Sunday was his last time on the hill.
You see that with pen guys in the American League from time to time. You don't generally see it in the National League.
No, Jim was asked about Matt Reynolds not pitching much yesterday. He said it just wasn't the matchups that he wanted to see either in LA or San Francisco. Nothing to do with the way he's been pitching. He just didn't feel the matchups warranted him.
2 strikes on Ishikawa. fouled off. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. What's with your old club, the Angels? All that pitching. They went out and got Greinke. They have Mike Trout, maybe the leading candidate for American League MVP, a resurgent Albert Pujols, and they're 8 games back in 3rd place in the AL West.
They're just 6 games over at home, 31-25.
Winning tonight at home, 4-0 in the 4th over Cleveland.
Well, yeah, they're trailing Oakland for even 2nd place in the division.
And they're 3.5 back in the wild card. Who wants tacos, fans? The Rockies scored 7 again. Don't forget to go to your participating Colorado Taco Bell locations tomorrow between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special. Feed your Rockies fever only at Taco Bell. Ball served to right, a base hit. 1st and 2nd, and nobody out. Top of the order, Nori Aoki. Jim Tracy contemplating whether to make a move, and he's made a decision. He's going to go to Matt Reynolds. Sometimes it's just a feel, and you said that a moment ago. A lot of balls hit hard tonight against Josh Renick.
One of the few times this season that's happened to Josh. He has been Mr. Dependable or steady out of the pen. Bringing in Matt Reynolds to face Nori, who's 0 for 1 against Reynolds in his career.
And this may be just for one hitter, because you have Weeks, Braun, and Ramirez coming up with Bilal warming up. 8-3. For Milwaukee, they're at the top of the order, represented by Nori Aoki coming up, and the Rockies have turned to Matt Reynolds, who has a little bit of had quite a bit of rest. Actually, it's been 9 days since he's been on the hill. And again, I'm guessing that this is a one-hitter situation for Matt Reynolds.
Left-handers just 5 for the last 24 against Matt since June 16th. All 5 of those were just singles.
1-1. Foul ground, Pacheco. And that's the first out of the inning.
Let's see if that brings Jim out of the dugout, and it will. He's going back to the bullpen to bring in Belisle.
So Matt Belisle will be asked to get the final 2 outs of the 8th inning. And 1 out. Ricky Weeks coming up against Matt Belisle. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Colorado Rockies. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Rockies. Weeks tonight is 0 for 3 and a couple of strikeouts. Gene Segura singled. He's at second. Travis Ishikawa, the pinch hitter, singled. He's at first. And Matt Belisle drops a slider in there. 4 strike 1. 57 appearances now for Matt.
And he'd like to wash away that 56th appearance that he had out in San Francisco. He gave up the 4 earned runs on 4 hits and an inning and a third in that ball game. But Matt, the consummate pro.
Ground ball deep in the hole. Rutledge, nice pickup, and he was unable to get it out of his glove and then fired low to DJ LeMahieu. He did the hard part. Now he's getting to the backhand side. Bases loaded for Ryan Braun.
I think if he had to do it all over again, as far as he had to go for this ball, that his best option would be to go to third base and make the play and get the lead runner. As hard as that ball was hit, you're not going to be able to turn 2 anyway. Your momentum's going that way. It's an easier flip. Underhand, DJ LeMahieu trying to keep his foot on the bag, get the throw, everything. It's a fielder's choice for Ricky Weeks in an E6.
Second error of the ball game on Rutledge. Wanted to see is at the plate. Ryan Braun. 0 for 3 tonight, and he takes ball 1. As hard as that ball was hit, with a good feed, you had a chance to turn 2.
I just look at the way his momentum was carrying him so far to third base. I'm not sure, just because it's awkward to make a turn and spin and throw and have anything on it. That's why I thought that the play for him would be go over to third base and get that lead runner. But those are the learning things when the plays are happening, that you look back after the game's over, and when you reflect on plays and at bats, what happened, where could I improve, what did I do well? Those are the ones you'll sit there and ask yourself, if I had to do it over again, would I make the same play or would I go place different? And maybe he might say, I felt strongly about that play to second base. I could have got him if I would have made a good throw.
Here's the 1-1. Ground ball foul. 1-2 on Braun. Again, I think if he's able to pull it out of his glove cleanly, he's going to make an accurate throw.
Yeah, but Ricky Weeks' speed down the line.
Well, at the very least, you'd have 2 outs.
Right. And one less guy on base for Ryan Braun.
Bases loaded, 1 out, 8-3 Colorado in the 8th. Reigning MVP at the plate, swung on and missed. Matt Belisle got big depth on that slider, and he strikes out Ryan Braun.
We talk about fielders having to pick up pitchers. Well, Matt Belisle picks up his young shortstop with the huge strikeout of Ryan Braun. Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. The rotation on the slider and the dot, the red dot. Braun with the big strikeout.
Not out of the woods yet by any means. Aramis Ramirez at the plate. Owner of well over 300 home runs in his career. And look at those career numbers with the bases loaded. He's got 10 grannies and a .352 average.
As hard as we've seen Matt throw a pitch in some days. It's 92 on the corner. It's called the ball. It should have been a strike.
Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th. He challenged him at 93. You're right, because the other day in San Francisco, Matt topped out at 89.
And he was asked to do something in that game that he hasn't done much of this year. He's done it in the past where it's been multiple innings. This year, more of a 1-inning guy. 2/3 of an inning.
Yeah, think slider here again, would you?
Outside corner. Try to dot him right out there.
Fresh set of signs.
Looks like they're going to go fastball away.
Strike 3. That ball tailed right back over the middle of the plate. What a job by Matt Belisle. Aramis Ramirez threw his bat all the way to the backstop. And the Brewers leave the bases loaded. Hear from our very own Cowboy every week by visiting the Write 'em Cowboys section of the Root Sports website. Hall of Famer Tracy Ringlesby will bring you Rockies game notes, interesting insights into the club and its players. Check out his game notes on this series right now by visiting rootsports.com/Rocky Mountain. There's an aspiring Cowboy. Got the mini Cowboy belt buckle too. The only left-hander in the bullpen for the Milwaukee Brewers, a former starting pitcher, Manny Parra. Good story. Manny missed all of last year. He had a back issue, an elbow issue, eventually had an operation on his left elbow last year to remove a bone spur. He's dealt with some shoulder tightness of late, but he's back in there, and he'll face DJ LeMahieu. 0-1 on LeMahieu. 0 for 3 tonight.
Parra, because he was a starting pitcher at one time, fastball, curveball, split, changeup, and slider.
This is blooped down the right field line, and it's foul.
In right field is hugging the right field line. He's way over. A lot of room in left center field for DJ.
He turned on that slider but missed it, so he's gone. A strikeout. Johnny Herrera is going to pinch hit for Matt Belisle here in the 8th. Johnny started at shortstop yesterday. Batted in the 2 spot and was 1 for 5 with an RBI single. On the corner.
The Super Suites Conference Center is available for game day or non-game day meetings for groups of 25 to 200. Call 303 Rockies because space is limited.
So nice job, Matt Belisle. 2 big punch outs. Bases loaded after the error. You got Ryan Braun and Aramis Ramirez back to back.
Yeah, 3 and 4, the heart of the order for the Brewers.
To second, Ricky Weeks.
And he just locked up Ramirez with that last strikeout. Ramirez was thinking the same thing we were thinking. Slider down and away. I'm going to take it. He threw that fastball that darts back, catches the corner. More look at the strikeout. And Willeen Rosario set away. Ramirez is shaking his head. He's not shaking it at Wally Bell, the home plate umpire, for calling it a strike. He got fooled.
Eric Young Jr. from the right side. EY, a double in the first and a run scored, and a 2-run bomb in the 6th, and I mean it was a bomb. He's now had 8 multi-hit games in his last 10 starts. Huey, go pencil his name in again for tomorrow.
Well, I will do that because another game for Eric Young Jr. where he starts off the ball game with the double, scores a run, and then this absolute missile to right field for the home run. He's getting an opportunity, taking advantage of it.
2-1, bounced up the middle and on through. How about a 3-hit ball game?
Why not?
And you know what? I'm sure Jim Tracy and Carney Lansford really pleased to see that. You hit a ball about 420 feet, and then you come back and you get back to who you are. I mean, keep the ball on the ground if possible, line drives.
going back to the start of the LA series. The first night, Eric has 3 hits. The second night, he has 3 hits. Now the next day just gets a couple. It goes 0 for, but 2 hits in San Francisco on Friday night. Another 3 on Saturday. 2 on Sunday, and followed up with a 3-hit performance tonight.
Now, the last week he's played every day. Well, you go back to July 31st. Since July 31st, he's played most every day, but he hasn't started every single game, yet he has the most hits in Major League Baseball. 1-0, Rutledge. 1-1 count on Josh. He's been caught in between a little bit tonight.
Cutters, he's been late on the fastball, early on the breaking pitches. Just takes one swing to get you out of that rhythm.
One and 2 count on Rutledge. And a soft liner caught by Ricky Weeks. We will go to the 9th inning. The Rockies leading by 5 runs over the Brewers. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Jack in the Box, get the All-American Jack Combo at Jack in the Box. It's a no-nonsense burger with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores. It's been another good night for the Rockies through 8 innings. They're up 8-3 on the Brew Crew. We send it 477 feet and 8 inches away to Joel Klatt, center field. Joel?
That'd be a long home run, kind of like EY's missile that you guys were talking about there off that right field bullpen. Hey, coming up in the postgame, Tyler giving him something to chat about. How about Tyler Chatwood, his terrific start? It's amazing what this team can do with a little starting pitching. Plus, I know you guys were struggling reading some of those signatures on the baseballs, so we're going to talk about being good to be young. Eric Young Jr., obviously, 24 hits since July 31st. Drew, you were talking about it most in Major League Baseball. You guys struggling with your eyesight up there? What was going on? Could you not read it?
I'm hanging out with an old.
Yeah.
Hey, Joel, here's the deal.
Sorry.
I'm hanging out with a much older guy right now, all right?
Okay, just because, some of you haven't reached the age that I'm at, we're going to be tomorrow. No reason to be a smart aleck about it.
I just like that, you pull the phone or the baseball up and then you give it kind of the, well, I better straighten my arm out here to give it the old length there.
Joel will check with you in a few moments. 3 more outs to be exact. Johnny Herrera's in the ballgame at shortstop. Rex Brothers will look to get us to the postgame show with Joel Klatt and company. 54th appearance for Mr. Brothers.
59 strikeouts in just 44 innings. For Rex, he's looking to have a quick 1-2-3 inning in a low pitch count.
Corey Hart, Martin Maldonado, Carlos Gomez. And first pitch, base hit, Corey Hart. He was 1 for 23 before his at bat in the 7th inning, a single, and now another single here leading off the 9th.
When you're in those type of slumps, you don't wait long at the plate. You treat each at bat like a pinch hit at bat, because you don't have the confidence to see 2 or 3 pitches, to fall behind 1 and 2.
Here's Martin Maldonado. A home run earlier in the ball game. He's 1 for 3. He's from Puerto Rico. His hero, Yadier Molina. Two and 0. If you're a young catcher, that's a pretty good guy to pat on yourself after.
Or you could have gone to Benji or Jose. I mean, any one of the 3, name the Molinas. But Yadier is probably now fashioned the best career out of those 3 guys.
Maybe Pudge Rodriguez too. This is pulled foul.
Yeah, they're throwing Pudge in that. I was talking about just the Molina brothers.
just that family alone. Sure.
Pudge just has to wait 4 more years. And he'll be a lock for Cooperstown.
Yeah, he can already start working on that speech.
Figure out who he wants to invite, because he's going to be a first ballot guy.
Down the line, a fair ball. Throw to the plate is not in time. Hart scored all the way from first base as the ball got caught up down the line. It's 8-4. And the Rockies have to get Betancourt up.
Snuck inside the bag at third base. And Jonathan, you're not playing no doubles because you're winning 8-3. You're looking at the double play depth. Ball kicks off the wall, and then the glove of Carlos Gonzalez. Corey Hart's waved in from Ed Cedar, third base coach. Did I say Jonathan Herrera? I meant Chris Nelson. Jonathan's at shortstop. We're just inside the bag at third base past Nelly.
Carlos Gomez, 1 for 3. And a 2-strike count.
Rockies had to get Rafael up last night when the game was 9-3, and then the home run made it 9-6. Again tonight, same thing.
And that's a base hit. Maldonado will stop at third. And right now, if you bring in Betancourt, it's a save situation. And Jim Tracy's hand's going to be forced. Brothers hasn't gotten anybody out.
They've all been hit hard.
This is where it's tough, you know, for a manager. You're trying to stay away from, with a sizable lead, you're trying to stay away from, you know, key components in your bullpen. Give them an extra day of rest. Chatwood gave you 6 terrific innings. You were hoping Renicky, who's been so reliable, could have given you the last 3 with the big lead. That didn't happen. They had to piecemeal the 8th inning, and Matt Belisle, along with Matt Reynolds, did a great job. But you know, Rex Brothers gives up 3 bullets.
Yeah, and you got to think about the other 24 guys here. So you have to bring in Rafael Betancourt to nail this down.
8-4 the score. They need 3 outs to shake hands, but 3 straight hits against Rex Brothers. Martin Maldonado with a double to score. Corey Hardwick singled, and then Carlos Gomez with a single. So the Rockies have had to bring on their closer, Rafael Betancourt. And Rafael, the league hitting just .212 against him, will try to pick off save number 21 on the season.
Yeah, in all 3 of the games that the Rockies won on the last road trip, the 2 in LA, the 1 in San Francisco, Rafael nailed down the saves. And the other reason Jim had to bring him in now, rather than giving Brothers another chance, is you hope to get out of this pitching to the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. You don't want it to slide back around to the Ricky Weeks and the Ryan Brauns again. So give Rafael just a small bit of wiggle room.
Rocket to third, and Nelson looking for double play everywhere. 1 out. Segura hit it hard, but right at Chris Nelson.
Chris didn't have to move. Playing even with the bag. Just reach back to your right. Take the step to the bag. Look at first. It was smart base running from Maldonado not to get very far off the bag and not be doubled up.
Jonathan Lucroy is going to pinch hit. 1 strike. Lucroy getting the day off today. I'll be back behind the plate tomorrow afternoon. 0 for 6 lifetime against Betancourt.
Shook off the curveball to go to the fastball again.
Runner going, fouled off. Gomez will come back.
Don't worry about Gomez. If he wants to steal a base, okay, focus on the hitters that you have in front of you. Don't try to slide step or be quicker to the plate, because you want to give your catcher a chance to get Gomez. Put Jonathan away.
Gomez takes off again, and again it's fouled off by Lucroy.
Again, back to the fastball.
You can do the third to first move at home without any boos. You do it on the road,
Oh,
they
boy.
boo you unmercifully.
We'll still wait to see what happens with it this winter if they try to take it away.
I don't know why.
I don't either.
I always say, oh, it doesn't work, but it does every once in a while. And I'm sure
I'm
you've
not
been
sure,
that
but
guy at
yeah.
first base, and all of a sudden you
You're
start.
like, oh, you get, yeah, your knees buckle, your legs go out from underneath you. I don't understand the thinking behind taking it out.
One, two, and again it's fouled off.
Now it's important to know where the ball is going to be thrown, or if it's going to be thrown at all if Gomez takes off. Because if it's not going to second base, you'd like your infielders, especially DJ and Jonathan Herrera, to hold their ground. Don't be breaking to the bag and open up another hole that just a seeing eye ground ball can get through.
He's going, and that's a seeing eye little line drive that drives in a run. Lucroy makes it 8-5, and the tying run's going to come up in Nori Aoki. He's got a little bit of pop. He has 6 home runs, and now on a night where the Rockies seemingly have been in control throughout, it's getting a little sticky.
He goes to the curveball that's away, and the hitter should have, if anything, punched it to right field, but he reached out and pulled it in the hole between short and third. Well, the Brewers know something about these late inning games. They've been on the other side of the coin.
Yeah, and you got a guy who runs well, so if you're thinking double play, the Rockies will position themselves for that. Tough guy to double up. He runs out of the box to begin with Aoki. Then you have Weeks and Braun behind him. And that's a base hit. It's 8-6. And Ricky Weeks coming up. The Brewers are looking on from their dugout, and they're saying, we understand, because they've had a lot of late inning leads evaporate with a troubled bullpen. The Rockies bullpen have been handed many leads, but have been by and large pretty sound. Not good on Sunday in San Francisco. And tonight They have made this thing way too interesting late.
Yeah, 22 blown saves for the Brewers, and that doesn't count all the ones that weren't considered a blown save. And that'll close the book on Rex Brothers. He gave up 3 hits, and all 3 of those runs have come back to score. You have to make another call down to the bullpen. Trying to figure out who they're going to.
Have to go to Torres.
Well, he's trying to stay away from Torres and Ottavino tonight. Ottavino for sure after what he did last night.
Or Ekstrom.
And go to Ekstrom.
Weeks at the plate. Braun is in the on-deck circle. Lucroy at second. Aoki, the tying run, can fly. He's at first. 1-0 on Ricky Weeks, who's 0 for 4.
And the outfielders for the Rockies have backed up because of Aoki's speed. You don't want to give up the double. Chris Nelson's guarding the line at third base. No doubles there.
Rockies had an 8-3 lead to begin the inning.
Previously against Betancourt, Ricky Weeks 0 for 2.
Nice, 2-1.
Nice pick from Wallin to keep that from going to the backstop.
Yeah, Weeks not your conventional 2-hole hitter. Just moved there in the last couple of days.
You saw him hit that home run last night. Skipping off the plate into the glove. Those are hard to judge.
20 home runs last year for Weeks, 29 in 2010. He's got middle of the order power. Here's the 2-1. That's fouled straight back.
The pitch he hit out last night was a slider down and away from him.
Second pick in the draft back in 2003 out of Southern University. Eight-6 Rockies, 2-2. Towering pop fly to shallow left. Cargo's got his hand out, and he's got out number 2 in the 9th inning. And it's not often that you have an opportunity in the 8th inning and you get a reprieve an inning later. That's the case now for Ryan Braun. Last year's MVP in the National League, having another big year in 2012. He struck out with the bases loaded in the 8th. 1 for 4 against Betancourt. The tying run at first base in Nori Aoki.
And the thing that's unusual for Braun is he has powers from foul pole to foul pole. It's not just a strictly left field kind of swing. He can take a ball out, down and away and serve it to right.
He leads the National League in home runs with 29 because of what Jeff described. And he hits this ball to center field. It's going to stay in the ballpark. Dexter Fowler underneath, and the Rockies survive the 9th. The Brewers give them a scare. They score 3 runs, but the Rockies prevail 8-6. And the Rockies Rockies have won the first two on this homestand after going 1-8 on their last homestand. 9-6 last night, 8-6 tonight over the Brewers. They're now 4-1 against Milwaukee this year. They've guaranteed themselves of winning not only the season series, but they've guaranteed themselves of winning this series. They've not lost a series against Milwaukee at Coors Field since 2007. They've won 16 of their last 21, in fact, at home against Milwaukee. Tonight's delivery of the game brought to you by Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich delivery guys. Eric Young Jr., another huge night, including a monstrous two-run home run, and think of how big that was. That gave the Rockies an 8-3 lead at the time, and the Rockies ended up winning by a pair of runs. He added a single late, three-hit ball game again for EY. Visit JimmyJohns.com to find a location near you. Tyler Chatwood gets the win. He was terrific. Rockies win at 8-6. Stick around. The Toyota postgame show is up next.